Good morning. This is Chad with Chiefs Chat with the Guys. A couple things here. This is a video. Forgive Bill and I. We're having computer problems, any type of problems that you could possibly have with our computers. So we tried to download a video the other day. It didn't work. So we're a little bit behind as far as downloading videos. So forgive us for that. But we'll have it worked out here shortly. So I decided to do an individual one. I did a short earlier. This is the day after the Raiders game. Again, I'm Chad with Chiefs Chat with the Guys. Join us, subscribe, like, and we'll get our stuff taken care of. Let's talk about the game a little bit here. The Raiders game. Doesn't surprise me how it ended. It seems to me that we play better in Vegas. We don't have a problem there. But at home, we always have to give our fans a cardiac arrest. Last time the Raiders beat us at Christmas and it woke us up. Maybe this game will wake us up too. I know by playoffs, guys, we'll be ready. Either way, let me tell you something. There's going to be complaints from other fan bases. I'm tired of the Chiefs winning like this. I'm tired of the Chiefs getting away with this, blah, blah, blah. And they're really salty, and they'll have pictures of refs on certain sites and screens and stuff. Look, other fans of other teams, the Chiefs, before Mahomes came, we were really bad, and we got good with Marty Schottenheimer and Dick Vermeil. But the problem is we could never get over the hump, kind of like the Detroit Lions, kind of like the Buffalo Bills. We could get to the playoffs and never win. That's where you are, Buffalo Bills and Cincinnati Bungholes. Okay? And I can feel your pain. But if it comes to going, hey, the refs are helping you out, or you're winning by this or winning by that, let me tell you something. I think, and I know, that if I was a fantastic editor and I could put in a film where they hold Chris Jones, they hold Travis Kelce all the time in big parts of the games to keep our momentum going, all they do is keep your teams in games. However, there are a few games that we do get lucky, and this was one of them. This is one of them games that the Raiders had an excellent game plan. I'll give them credit. And they came out to play. There were two, are they the better team? No. They're not. However, they were the better team today. But sometimes you win games you shouldn't win, and sometimes you win games you shouldn't, right? There are games where I go, well, that team really should have won, but there's one play that makes a difference whether the other team forces it or you, like the Raiders, not paying attention to detail, let the ball hit you in the chest and it bounces off and you lose. It wasn't a false start, okay? It was illegal formation, which the play is alive. Now, one umpire, or ref, whatever the hell you want to call him, was calling it that, but the other one said no, it's illegal shift. That's why they got together at the end of the effing play and said, no, it's this. So no matter if there's a whistle, you got to carry through and you got to finish the play and make sure, even though a whistle's blown. So our player bounced up on the ball. He did what he needed to do, and he lost. Well, you know what? You got to finish the game. And the reason I'm so passionate about this is because I'm sick of these other fan bases getting salty and mad and throwing the refs in our face. When the refs on certain games, they will throw 5 or 6 flags on one drive for one team and make sure these teams stay in it. Now on to the points of the game here. Left tackle sucks. Right tackle sucks. I'm talking about on the Chiefs. They are horrible. Okay? Right tackle Taylor, he has been in the league for years. He knows where to line up. And he keeps lining back. Quit it. Quit doing that. I'd rather get somebody else. Eat the salary. I don't care. There's got to be something better than that. Probably won't get rid of him, though. I don't know who else you're going to get, but that's a problem. Morris, I'm sorry, brother. You seem like a nice kid. But when you do a kitty cat swipe, you got to go up and attack. Not wait for him to come to you. Go up and attack that guy. At least put your body on him and give Mahomes another 2 seconds. Can't just kitty swipe and let him swim past you. You can move too. You got feet. Use your feet. Even I know that. That's where it's frustrating. Because everybody's going, well, Mahomes is this, Mahomes. Look, he's got it in his head that he knows his left tackle is letting guys through it. His timing's all messed up in his head because he has no sense of timing with those guys letting the other team through that quick. All right, so hopefully the new guy, DJ, they let him play next week. Why not? They need to do something. They need to do something with those tackles. They need to figure out that offensive line. Sorry for the camera mess up there. They need to figure that out. All right, next thing. Cornerback. The two corners, besides McDuffie, put McDuffie. I don't know what you're going to do about Bowers. Look, even as a fan, even as somebody that's sitting there watching, you know the Raiders, okay? You know what two guys to watch out for as far as receiving wise, right? That's Bowers and Myers. Those are the guys you have to watch. Especially Bowers. Myers second, Bowers first. Knock him on his ass. Sorry, do something. Don't let that guy run freely. Heck, they're pin bottle Travis Kelce on the other end. Didn't let him do crap, hardly. So those are the two guys you watch for. Who were the guys that were free most of the time? Those guys. Got to put pressure on their quarterback. They did a little bit better, but not good enough. So those are the corners that got, and I don't know if it's the coaching, maybe a little bit coaching who they have where. And I know that also that they're not going to show everything. They're trying different things until the playoffs because they're a totally different team in the playoffs. So we all know that. So maybe that's what they're doing. But I was commenting on a memes Facebook. People saying, "Oh, the Chiefs are lucky." Blah blah blah. I'm getting sick of them. My team has bought them. Blah blah blah. And I said, "Oh, you mean?" I said, "It's so fantastic that the Chiefs beat you in an AFC Championship game." Just because of my frustration, I got to quit playing that game. I shouldn't even worry about it. Cause my blood pressure to go through the roof, right? So the bottom line is this: they will figure it out before playoffs. I believe it, because if they don't, I don't think there'll be a three-peat if they keep playing like this. But I don't see how they can. I think they'll flip on a switch. This is midseason. This is where all the kinks are coming out and they're trying to figure it out. That's what happened last year. And they should be frustrated. Mahomes is frustrated. In fact, Travis Kelce went straight to the tunnel after the game. Because this win was like to me, it's like a loss. As far as you letting the Raiders do what they did. I mean, you just got done like 4 weeks ago, maybe longer. You played the Raiders in Arrowhead West down in Vegas, and you didn't have that many problems. But it's always at Arrowhead with those guys. I don't know. Maybe they get a little too relaxed. What do you think in the comments? Do you think they get a little relaxed? Why did they play better at Vegas? Let me know. Less pressure? Really, really weird. But anyway, those are the two issues that I'm talking about. And most people know that. The cornerback or the tackles, offensive tackles, and the cornerback. Uh, so that's made Mahomes a little bit off there. He's just a fraction off of hitting Worthy on some of these long ones. Um, they move the ball and then they stall. They move the ball and they stall. So they got to get that better. Holiday Brown's supposed to be back Christmas time. It was good to see Pacheco come back on the field. And it was good to see Omenihu disrupt some of those plays. So it was to me, even though it was a win, it was a D plus showing. D plus on the game. And I know that people are going to say, and even I'll say a win is a win. I'll take it. But they have to play better, and they have to take care of those certain positions. Now we play the Chargers coming up next Sunday Night Football. Okay. They present different problems. However, this is one of those games that I think this is how I think I deal with it. DJ Humphries, I think that's his name. Put him at left tackle. All right? Because you can always slide, as far as offensively for this game, you can always slide your protection over if you got to from Taylor. Taylor's better than left tackle. Just needs to quit the penalty crap. So you could kind of work with him. And you got to get that running game going somehow, some way. That's when they do a lot better. Is when they have at least 50-50. I know if the running gets shut down, you probably have to go away from it, but you got to get Kareem Hunt going and then put Pacheco in as they wear down the defense, and then you'll have some big runs. But you gotta take that pass rush off of Pat. Roll to your right, roll to your left, wherever the pressure is coming from. I know people say keep him. No, you don't. Look, we really want to roll him out, especially when you have somebody like Max Crosby on that one side. Roll him. He can throw on the left side, but the Chargers, you know. So as far as that, and then they made changes during the Raiders game as far as the cornerback. You know, if you have to make changes at cornerback, you can go out and get one, or use somebody else. Do that. Then you got to figure out defensively what's their number one targets that they use. Don't let them run freely, whoever they are. So anyway, I will say this: as a Chiefs fan, it's still a good time to be a Chiefs fan because at least we're in contention every year with Patrick Mahomes. I would say the most important thing is keep him upright, protect him, because the bottom line is he can buy more time himself. Some of those throws he was in the grasp, like he hit DeAndre Hopkins over the middle, and Hopkins had a rare drop. That was the first down. That would have probably been more points right there. Or I don't know if it's one of those drives that got a field goal anyway, but Point is that he creates more time and keeps this chains moving by himself. But you really want to protect him because you want to keep him for the long haul, for number one. Number two, you don't want him injured during the year because you just don't want him injured, period. Uh, Got to keep him upright. That game right there, the last two games, him running around like he's been running around, reminded me of Super Bowl 55. That's how the Chiefs will lose, is if we can't protect him and give him time to make plays. That's the only way I see us not repeating. And right now, that's on the bubble of that. But when they took A. Morris out, I knew that they're thinking of the same thing. So I think they'll fix it. They have to fix it because Patrick was getting mad. You could tell, and I would be too if I had his ability and I was a quarterback and I kept getting sacked. I He's been sacked. Somebody said, I think if I'm correct, in the last 3 or 4 games, he's been sacked like 18 times, guys. It's in the double digits. It's a lot, and he should not be sacked that many times. Tom Brady, he was sacked that many times. He'd let you know it. Joe Montana, any of these guys said, "Look, give me an offensive line, and I'll take you there. I'll take you to the playoffs." So I hope you guys are having a good Thanksgiving weekend. Mine was decent. I mean, I've had to work a little bit and spend time with my son, but watching different football games. Hey, look, I watched the end of the Detroit game and the Bears game. You know, you can say the same thing about the Detroit Lions as far as that game. They all have a game. They all have a divisional rival. If the Bears had coaching and one extra play, if this, if that, they should have won that game or at least tied it, right? So that football is football, and you say if this, if that. Detroit's 11-1, no matter how you look at it. Kansas City's 11-1, and these teams in the playoffs, the records really won't matter, except for home field. Unless if we get home field, and that's what we're really playing for. But we went on the road last year and we did what we had to do, right? So you can get home field because Kansas City throughout the years had 13-3 teams with Derek Thomas and Montana and all that, and again, Dick Vermeil era and Monty Shot in the air. We had plenty of 13 in team win-off teams and home field advantage, only to get kicked out the first round. So it's not always a guarantee, all right? Because you have to do the basics. Protect your quarterback, win in the trenches on both sides of the ball. If you do that and you are the best team, you'll win, right? So even if you're the best team and your offensive line is a sieve and letting them come by and kick your quarterback's butt, you're probably not going to do too well. So defensively, if you don't put pressure on the quarterback and make him get rid of the ball and have a couple negative plays, that's a problem. So those are the two things, very basic, that's got to be changed. And I would say by the playoff time, they'll have it fixed. All right, guys. Chargers are next. We'll see. I'll try to get that fixed with Bill, my other co-partner, and we'll talk about it. We'll drop a video. And God bless. Subscribe, join us on YouTube so we can get to our Q&As, get to our goal, and talk to you live. Any comments, drop, and I will respond to them. Go Chiefs.